Recency bias is a cognitive distortion that occurs when we judge someone by the most recent thing they did, but not their whole body of work. If you need the baseball example of this, look no further than Game 2 of the 2019 ALCS, New York at Houston, with Cory Blaser, who was working on a one pitch away from perfect game performance in the top of the 11th, and then Gary Sanchez stepped to the plate. And instead of a 178 out of 179, first, Gary Sanchez swings at a pitch that's in the dirt with a 2-strike count, and Blaser says, Sanchez says, foul ball. I fouled it. And Blaser says, oh, foul ball. Chirinos, the catcher for Houston, meanwhile, runs after the baseball. Replays indicate that the bat never touched the ball. It was about a foot away, and it should have been an uncaught third strike. But Sanchez said, foul ball. And Blaser said, foul ball. If you ever want to see a reputation for a player change like that, watch what happens with Sanchez, who is a good guy. He's always been a good guy. He's always been honest and all this. And then did he lie about this? What happened? He sold something that didn't exist? Umpires take great offense when they go back in the video room and they see this. They'll take great offense to someone trying to underlie the integrity of the game because umpires are supposed to uphold the integrity of the game. And when a player's trying to sell something like that and actually gets away with it, boy. The sound that everyone heard was not the bat hitting the ball, but the ball hits the dirt, then the ball hits the chest protector of the catcher, and that's what confused everyone. Except for the catcher, who knew exactly what was going on, and that's why he went to go get the ball. And I believe A.J. Hinch comes out and asks for a crew consult. I would have loved to see a crew consultation. I would have loved to see this be a reviewable play. We've told MLB for years, make this a reviewable play. Well, and I know why it's not, because they don't know how to correct it if the call gets changed. And it's a really difficult sell, because how do you unring the bell? You called time. You killed the play. How do you figure out what would have happened had you kept it alive? And in my opinion, this play can be corrected. How and why? Context clues. For me, I look and I see Sanchez. He's pointing foul ball, and he's not moving from the batter's box. He's slow. Let's not forget that he's slow. The catcher immediately goes after the ball and retrieves it and gets ready to throw to first. I have everything there I need to see that he would have been out of first base. I had a jury case once when the defendant claimed it was a drug sale. The defendant claims, it never happened. I never met that undercover officer before in my life. Never saw him before except until I came to the courtroom. And so one of the jurors said, "Can we use that? How about entrapment? Police entrapped. The undercover officer made the sale happen, so it's entrapment. Cops caused it." And the answer to that is, well, no, you can't use entrapment as a defense, because the defense that he's using is the sale never happened. I never saw him before in my life. So if he's using the defense of it never happened, then entrapment is not possible. I hope you see that logic. If we convert it back to baseball, if Sanchez's argument or the Yankees' argument is, how could you tell he would have been out at first? I'm like, look, Sanchez already used the defense of, I never swung and missed at the pitch. It was a foul ball. And because he's using the defense of it was a foul ball and it wasn't a foul ball, he's out at first base. He wouldn't have made it. He didn't even run. He wasn't going to run. He's too slow. So in any case, that happened. And then the Yankees went crazy because Cory Blaser calls a pitch that's outside strike 3. And it wasn't strike 3. It was a ball. And this is where I love fan logic, because fan logic can be absolutely insane at times. And here it kind of is. The umpires have been terrible the whole year, has been the narrative. We need robo-umps because the umpires don't know what they're doing. They're incompetent. They don't know how to call anything. That's been the narrative the whole year until now, because now that Cory Blaser has called a pitch outside a strike, he hates the Yankees. It's a conspiracy. He's doing it on purpose. He's cheating. He has money on Houston. All of these things. So the umpire's been incompetent the entire year until now, when Cory Blaser's second mistake of the ball game to put him at a 98.9, which is top tier, is clearly on purpose. Right, fans? The fans say it's an on-purpose error. Because, not an error, a deliberate attempt to cheat for Houston. Because he doesn't like New York. Are you kidding me? That's great logic. It reminds me of Michael Wilbon years ago when Bill Hahn was officiating. Bill Hahn was in Florida, and the catcher said, "Good game, Bill." And Bill said, "Yeah, They did the fist bump. Umpires and catchers say thanks to each other all the time at the end of the game. Good job. Yeah, you too. And Mike Wilbon, I believe he was paraphrasing a fan to his credit, called it a terrorist fist jab. What? So this is why I put out a video a little while ago saying umpires on social media, referees on social media, be careful because people are insane and they're looking to get you. Every team wants to win the World Series, and when they don't win the World Series or they lose a game en route to trying to win the World Series, it's someone's fault. And if it's not their fault, and it's not their opponent's fault, it's the umpire's fault. Now, the logic on this, the underlying premise here is, Yankees fans, you do realize that had this entire inning been officiated correctly, like the play directly before the strike 3 call been officiated correctly, your guy would have been out. That would have been the third out of the inning. So that play never would have happened because you would have been out. This is a case, and it's not a makeup call. Umpires don't make makeup calls. They do things in a vacuum. If you're a Houston fan, it's called karma. Sanchez, I fouled it. No, you didn't. And how does the universe get back at him? By calling him out on strikes on the next pitch that's not a strike. It's not the umpire doing anything deliberate, but it is the universe setting things right. As an official, I would always tell the players, look, I'm not looking for a makeup call, and they're saying, you're cheating, you're this, what that. Oh, it's not that. It's the ball. The ball has a way of evening things out. That's the way the ball bounces, and things balance out at the end. Take a call in a vacuum, it might disadvantage your team, but guess what? You're probably going to find a call in the game that disadvantaged the other team too. And here, it just happened to be back-to-back plays. The first one benefited New York and harmed Houston. The second one benefited Houston and harmed New York. And then they hit a walk-off home run in the bottom half of the inning. But here's Blaser, 2 pitches short of a perfect game, and everyone remembers him for his final callable pitch of the game, which was strike 3 to Gary Sanchez because it was an incorrect call, one of only 2 that he made. If you like this video, subscribe to this channel. Visit us on closecallsports.com or Twitter and Facebook at Umpire Ejections. We'll see you on the site.